felt impossible to begin with, and then I had to like hustle it in. And instead of like giving me an hour, I just put 10 minutes on it. I sold a bid for 50,000 to like a customer or two customers, a couple. My colleague gave them to me because he didn't have time to manage them because his other customer went into the store, so he like dumped them over to me, which was kind of weird. I asked him like, oh, well, what have you like talked about? Because usually they ask like budget and stuff. But he didn't tell me anything. He was like, yeah, we looked at these ones, and yeah, good luck, have fun. And so he hadn't like deselected any ones, because, you know, like to find the right one, anything, like if you're selling anything, you have to like deselect a bunch of other things, right? The same thing goes for bits. So I was like, oh, well, interesting. So I had to like get to know them and, I don't know, redo everything. But then turns out they had to go eat soon. So I had like 10 minutes, and usually this takes like over an hour. So I was like, whoa, okay, interesting. So in my mind, I was like, okay, I'm just happy if like I still manage to like have some type of contact with them when they leave. So hopefully they come back some other time. But my mission was still, you know, like to sell. So I asked them, I was like, okay, well, we can deselect the soft one over there. Yeah, sounds good. These ones, they're too expensive. They're like over for over to $20,000 or something. Yeah, they started there like, yeah, no, too much. And then I put them in like one of the beds that was like kind of comforting, but you know, like slightly under the price of one of their favorites. I was like, okay, well, I'll leave you here. I'm back in 5 minutes. Yeah, sayonara. Then I went back into the room where my colleagues were just munching on their food and eating. So I told them, I was like, my colleague just gave me a dumpster fire. Like, well, what am I supposed to do with them? And then my colleague was like, yeah, well, tell them that the sales ends in 2 days. Maybe that will get them going. So I did. I went back. I was like, you know what? I know you told me that you didn't want to buy anything today, but I mean, just so you know, when you buy it next week, it's gonna cost more. So maybe consider it. And then that was that. And then I started like trying to build a relationship with them, you know, like not you know, but trying to like build up like a good vibe. So I started like asking him like, oh, what do you do for a living? He was like, yeah, I sell toys. So I looked at him. I was like, well, do you sell toys for adults or children? Sounds kind of. I sound like a creep saying that, but you know. He understood the joke, and then they laughed, and good vibes, I guess. Yeah. So. Then we like removed that one. I was like, yeah, sure, you can pay $5,000 more for this one if you like the style, but you know, like comfort wise, no big difference. So we went back there, and now my aim was like how am I supposed to make them buy? So I was like, you know what? You don't have to buy. We can just like lock it in, like reserve the price. So we were aiming for that. They liked the bed. I was like, is that the bed you want? And then we're like, yeah, you know, it's the best one. Price wise, yeah, okay too. And then we started like picking out things, and I was like, yeah, does it sound unreasonable that we would go for locking in the price instead? You don't have to buy it, and so on. And then we aimed for that. Long story short, when we got to the end of it, I also like rounded it down so it would look satisfying. So it landed on like $4,999, you know. And I told them like super transparently that I rounded it down just because it looks more satisfying. Boom, like there's no hiding it. And then I was like, you know, I mean, we might as well just buy it now, right? I mean, like, what's missing? And he was like, yeah, well, might as well. And then he used his American Express, beep boop. And also, one thing he said that was like a bonus. He was like, oh, well, we've made too many decisions as of lately, buying a washing machine, buying this. And I was like, oh, so you've made too many decisions. Well, that's great. That means you're very good at making decisions. So, I mean, we might as well make one today. Boom. Well, peace out. See you.